Haven Hot Chicken, located in New Haven, Connecticut, started out as a pop-up chicken restaurant. Kaizen coach Steve Crowley from Service Physics hopped in line at this pop-up, noticing challenges that Haven faces with so much demand. A year later, they established a brick-and-mortar location. As the business grows, so does the demand, and as a restaurant, you have several channels to deliver to your customers, from pickup to sit-down to third-party delivery services. Steve Crowley sat down with the founding partners of Haven Hot Chicken to talk about the challenges they faced with increasing demand from several directions and how they responded to that with experimentation and process improvement.
So I'd love to hear from you guys what it was like and sort of what activities you engaged in to meet that demand, and then also to continue to grow the business while getting to smaller and smaller queues and better service times.
So we first opened, we basically were only taking orders at the counter. Which, because of the line, we were always, trying to battle that line and take orders, as quickly as possible and be able to fulfill those. But yeah, for the first, I'd say 6 or 8 weeks, the only way to get Haven Hot Chicken was to come down to the restaurant and jump in line and order some food. And as we got, better and better at managing those queues, we were able to layer on, other ordering channels.
One of the things that we kind of got used to with having everyone order at the register was that we had a control point for how many orders you could get in at any given time. I mean, the guest interaction at the counter by necessity takes a certain amount of time. And by the way we managed to, dial in production using different supermarket systems, so that we always had ready to go chicken so that we could assemble any given sandwich that came in quickly without having to wait for it to be cooked back up to temperature. We kind of got into a rhythm and a flow with that speed of order taking and order fulfillment, which is how we were plowing through these huge lines. But once we onboarded our online ordering system, we lost that ability. And that kind of created a huge, problem for us, because what do you do when instead of getting one order every 90 seconds, you have 40 orders in a 5-minute period? Very
quickly, we saw the volume increasing consistently, week over week from Uber and the traffic. And the amount of new guests that it was bringing in was tremendous for sure. And it was definitely something, we definitely saw some incremental lift there, from that exposure that you get being on a platform like Uber. So layering in that volume was, honestly, it was great for us. It was one of those things where, they're not high profit sales, but it did allow us to do some things from an operations perspective and make sure that, we were using that money for other overhead expenses, and it was, definitely contributing to our bottom line.
What operations challenges did turning on the Uber channel create for you guys?
For us, we had discussions as a leadership team around what was like top end capacity for the space that we physically exist in, storage wise, ordering wise, like how much chicken can we actually get through this restaurant? And we basically thought we were at capacity when we turned Uber on, and through some, creative ways of storing product and testing like batch sizes for production sizes in the back, we actually layered on additional capacity to meet that increased demand. And now we're back, as of this conversation, pushing that upper limit yet again. So this is our first fried chicken. Mm-hmm. This chicken has been breaded in the back and fried to complete full cookery at this point. From then, like when we're actually executing for an order, the ticket would come in from the printer. You take the respective piece of chicken from the thing, drop it into the fryer. If it's currently cooked that day chicken that's room temperature, it gets cooked for 2 minutes. Right? Completely cooked for 2 minutes, that brings it up to about 145 to 150 degrees. From that point, that chicken is going to come out of the fryer. It's going to get dipped in its respective oil, and it's key that it gets done quickly because the pores of the breading are still open at this point. You dip it in the oil, make sure you stir it down through the bottom to make sure any sediment that's in the oil coats the chicken. And then get shaken with either our house shake, our hot shake, or our off-menu shake, depending on the heat level of the order. From there, it goes into the supermarket to be held for up to 15 minutes. That way when an order actually comes in, you just grab the piece, use it for whatever item that you're actually constructing, a sandwich or tenders, however that's going to be. It then gets wrapped, completed, and then sold through the supermarket.
I think one of the key takeaways and one of the biggest things that we've learned through applying lean methodology to our operations is that there's always opportunity, there's always incremental improvement, and so really through embracing that, we've been able to not only from a leadership level work to improve the efficiency of our operations, but really empower our team members as well. And so lean is just not a process, it's a mindset, right? And so, by truly embracing that and having our team members involved and having this be a central piece of our culture, operations as a strategy is a thing. And so by being able to leverage that, we're excited about the prospects of growth and opportunity. And, obviously in 2021 and going into 2022, we see a lot of opportunity for this fast casual space. Certainly excited to keep learning and improving to deliver on that great product and experience that our guests have come to know and love.